um, I wasn't really expecting to come on here and talk about a loss. Uh, the way that we played that game, you could just feel victory, though, and the whole game you just felt like we had it. And all you Dallas fans out there, you know what I'm talking about. You felt like we had it, and it was snatched away from us there at the end. Um, Dez played well. Um, I've already seen a lot of people on Twitter, Facebook, uh, all types of social media, basically crucifying Dez. Bottom line, without Dez, we're not in this game. Um, Dez really was one of the main receivers keeping us in the game. Him and Witten right there at the end were the two main guys. Tony Romo, I can't say anything negative about him in this game. He did have the one interception, but ultimately he was another one of those guys that was keeping us at the game, making plays when he had to. Converted, what was it, a 3rd and 27 right there at the, well, he didn't convert it, but he got us into a 4th and manageable situation, which he then converted, eventually getting us in to score a touchdown. Didn't get the 2-point conversion, had to kick an onside kick, which we got back. Tony Romo throws a down the sideline. Pass interference call. Of course, that's a spot foul. You get the ball wherever it happened at, and that sets up Dan Bailey for about a 51-yard field goal. Poor clock management. There's, 16, 17 seconds left, something like that. Tony Romo throws a screen pass to Dez. I don't know what that was. He didn't get anything out of it. I think he might have even lost 1 or 2 yards. But then 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, just watching the clock go down. And that's on you, Garrett. That's completely on you. You got to get a call in and allow them to line up and make a play and run a play, even if you only get 3 yards. 48-yard field goal is more manageable than a 51-yard field goal. What would have led to, we got about 6 or 7 yards there, but we didn't get anything. We didn't even run a play. You just let your guys stand there and just watch the clock go down, and then call a timeout with like 3 seconds to go. And I even said this as it was happening. I was like, if anybody can do it, it's Dan Bailey. If anybody can kick a 51-yard field goal, it's Dan Bailey. And he almost had it, but he pushed it left. But really, throughout this game, everything seemed to be clicking. It's not so bad when you lose if your team at least shows up. Like against Chicago, that was pathetic. That was hard to watch, and I still did, because as a Cowboys fan, you want to turn it off, but you just can't. You're like, I gotta watch my team, even though they're getting their ass kicked right now. I still, I gotta watch my team, and but that's the performance that I wanted to see. At least show up. Not have a game like we did against Seattle or against Chicago. But it didn't happen today. We got another loss. We're 2-3 now. We got Carolina next week, so hopefully we can pull back above or back to 500 there. But my game ball here is going to go to Tony Romo. I'm going to always give a game ball out, even if we lose, to who I think was the best player on the team in the game. And I'm going to go ahead and give a game ball out to Tony Romo. The reason I'm not giving it to DeMarco Murray is because it wasn't just DeMarco Murray in the running game. It was all 4 of them. And by the way, Jason Garrett, I like that. there's your answer. Stick with that. DeMarco Murray gets hurt, and then Felix Jones comes in. Philip Tanner was getting on the action. Lance Dunbar was making his presence felt. But if I had to give a game ball to just one guy, it would be Tony Romo, because he just continued to step up. And Tony Romo never ceases to amaze me with his ability and his talent and his ability to remain calm in clutch, critical situations. But without Tony, we are not in this game. Tony Romo really, besides the one interception, he played almost a perfect ball game. He gave us a good chance to win, just as the running game gave us a good chance to win, and but we couldn't do it. We couldn't finish. It all came down to Dan Bailey missing the kick. A lot of people are going to crucify Dan Bailey for that. I'm not, because for the most part he's always been there for us more often than not. But that's all we can do now is just saddle up and get ready for Carolina. It's been a while since I could come on here and talk about a win. We had the bye last week, and then last time we actually won a game was, I think, against the Bucks in our home opener, because we beat New York, we beat the Giants, and then we got absolutely thrashed by Seattle. And then we beat the Bucks at home, and then I don't know what that was against the Bears, but maybe next week against Carolina we can pull back to 500. But for right now, it's gonna sting a little bit that we didn't get the W, but at least I can know that our team fought hard. They didn't just quit. They didn't give up. They didn't lay down, and that whole thing. So, kind of sucks to have to talk like that, to talk about, moral victories. Well, you didn't quit. You didn't give up. You fought hard, but sometimes that's all you can get, and you have to take it. But like I said, I would rather lose like that than lose like we did in Chicago or in Seattle, with the team just straight not even showing up. So good effort, boys. Didn't happen today, but maybe next week. How about the Cowboys?